Hey, welcome back to Online Broadcast Blueprint. And I think I remembered the name of my channel that time. Awesome. Thanks for being here. I'm Jeremy. Um, Here's something that's really important if you're running an online radio station. Super important. Social media. Okay. If you want to have a successful online radio station, you've got to incorporate social media. And guys, I'm not doing enough of it, to be honest. Um, the online stations that are really successful, I mean, they're using multiple platforms. They're on YouTube, they're on X, they're on Instagram, they're on TikTok, they're on Facebook. I mean, they use them all. You can easily, waste your whole life just messing with social media. So I don't do everything, but I'll tell you what I do use. And for my demo, it works great. It's Facebook. Facebook isn't cool. It's not cool anymore. Only old people use Facebook. But guess what? Most of my listeners are old people. So Facebook works great. So again, I said in one of the very first videos, you have to know who your listener is. And when I say that, I mean, in your mind, do you have a persona of who your typical listener is? Now, obviously people are different, but there's a persona. And I'll give you an example. For my other station, Classic Guitar Rock Radio, my typical listener is a dude over 45, probably white, because it's classic rock, and that's, usually white dudes, pasty white dudes, listen to classic rock. They probably have a job. They probably have some disposable income because they're 45, 50, 60 years old. They probably like to watch sports. They probably drink beer. Okay. That's kind of who that target audience is, right? For Radio Valley, it's a little different. My typical listener, the majority of my listeners are female. They're over 45, right? They're going to be a little different than the listeners that I have for my Classic Guitar Rock Radio. But know who your listeners are, and then use a social media platform that's going to resonate with them. For me, it's been Facebook, but here's what's been really interesting. Initially, I thought, hey, I'll use Facebook to promote my radio station, right? But as it's turned out, I have a lot of views on my Facebook that may or may not have anything to do with my radio station. So it's almost like Radio Valley is two things. It's my online radio station, but it's also my Facebook page. And one thing I've done well, not because I'm smart, but because I stumbled into this, is I'm pretty consistent in my Facebook posts, usually every day, not just once a day. I try and post a video, and the videos are the thing that get the most views. I try and post at least 4 or 5 videos a week. If I can do it daily, that's great. But man, every single one of my videos within a day has over 1,000 views. And that doesn't sound like, that's not massive or anything. But when you consider that I don't promote my Facebook anywhere. This is just organic folks that may or may not listen to my station, and that's okay. So Facebook is just a complementary platform running alongside my radio station, and the two kind of work in tandem. There might be people that follow me on Facebook and never listen to the radio station, and vice versa. But I kind of can use those together. And here's what's funny, just based on my dumb videos that I post on Facebook, I'll run into people and say, hey, I seen you on Facebook. And I get a chuckle out of that. It's just funny. I'm going to just really quick share my Facebook feed, just so you'll kind of see what I'm doing. And guys, I'm not an expert. I'm not a pro at this, but I just want to give you an idea, once I can figure out how to share here, of what my social media looks like. right here. So I'm going to share. You should be able to see this now. So this is my Facebook page. Okay. Feel free to check it out. If you go to Facebook and look up Radio Valley, you'll probably find it. I don't have a massive, I got 476 Facebook followers, right? It's not massive. I've got right at the top, one of my featured things is the link, so that you can listen to it. I share a lot about there's a picture of my family there. That was for Christmas. We posted that. I'll occasionally, once a day or so, I post a little thing that's now playing where I just take a screenshot of what's actually playing on the station and I post it there. And those are kind of fun. Now, this is the part that's important. Do the same thing in your social media that you're doing on your station. Post community news, right? Anything that I'm reading a hometown update about, I'll post something on my social media about it as well to reinforce it, right? It's that whole localization. Everything in my social media is about what's going on locally. Yesterday, I posted a video with just a snapshot of me recording something in the studio, right? That's been up since only at 704 views, but by tomorrow, that'll be, 1,400 views or whatever. I post things about my sponsors. So if my sponsors post something, I share that. That's another benefit of being on the radio station. I'm gonna rebroadcast your stuff that you post on social media as well, and just fun stuff that I think is going to work with my demographic. Everyone in my demographic loves Robert Redford, right? So again, just little blurbs that I'm doing. There's another video I've posted. Okay. I post a lot of videos, again, local stuff going on. I'm very active in my social media, in my Facebook platform. Again, I'm not a pro, but it's worked well for me. And it's also led to a lot of new sponsors. People have reached out to me on Facebook about advertising. So if you aren't comfortable with Facebook, have one of your kids help you or something, but you got to have a social media strategy. And like I said, I'm just doing Facebook. If I was smart, I'd have a dedicated website. I would, it's about making it easy for your folks to hear you, to find you. People have all kinds of options, all kinds of ways to listen to you or to anybody else. So you want to make it as easy as possible for them to find you. Now, one of the next things I'm working on is to have an actual dedicated app. Right now, I push people towards the Live 365 app for them to listen. But if I could have my own dedicated app, and it costs some money to do it, and it takes some smarts that I don't have, but obviously you hire someone that can do that can actually build you your own app. That's one of the things I've got on the horizon to do that. A website, if you don't have a website, I really should have a dedicated website. I don't yet. And really, I've done this with the classic Guitar Rock Radio. I have a dedicated website. There's expense involved with that to have a domain. You really got to have a domain, it's just not, there are places you can have a free website, but your URL, it's just, you need your own domain. And that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother expense. But if you're really going to do it right, you'll need a website. You'll obviously need to be on social media. Like I said, I'm only using Facebook and it works well with my station, but Instagram, TikTok, X, wherever your folks are, that's where you gotta meet them. You gotta meet them where they are. Social media is a great place to start. I want to expand on this on the next video, and I want to kind of get you thinking about social media and how you can reach your folks there. But the next conversation I want to have is going to expand on that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you have comments or questions, the best way to reach me is shoot me an email at my Radio Valley email address. That's just radiovalley@mail.com. You can shoot me an email there or just in the comments. And again, let me invite any of you If you've got an online station, I'd love to have you on as a guest. We can pick your brain, have a conversation about what you're doing, challenges you have, success you're having. I think that'd be great. Let's build a little community and share ideas. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. See you guys later. Take care and bye bye.